Hi guys, welcome back to Yaya's Craft House. Today we're going to be decorating the miniature foyer for Halloween and making a few little miniature Halloween decorations. I got this little pumpkin pick at Hobby Lobby. I'm just going to cut the little pumpkins off. I thought they were adorable. I'm also going to put in a few white pumpkins. These also came from Hobby Lobby. I'm also going to put in a few that I already had. Most of these came from the Dollar Tree last year. I got these little pumpkins at the Dollar Tree. I thought they were cute and they looked like little decor that someone would have in their house. So I'm just going to put one on the table and one up in the shelf. This is the little sprig that I cut the pumpkins off of. I'm just going to cut it down so it's shorter. And then I'm going to take this little lid that I had painted previously and I'm going to hot glue it inside of it. I had these little leaves that came from the Dollar Tree last year. I am just going to cut off a little piece and turn it into a leaf. And then I'm going to make a few more and just glue them on this little tree that I've made. I've got some of this Halloween tulle. I'm just going to cut a little strip off and then stuff it in the bottom. I took this little clear box that I got from Temu and I had this little like Halloween flower pick. And it's these little black styrofoam balls. I just picked them off and put them in the little box. I thought it would look better than having an empty box on the shelf. I've got some cobwebs. I'm just going to put some on this front wall and then some on the back wall. So I wanted to make little miniature paper bats to hang on the wall, but I did not have any black paper. So you could use a Sharpie and just color the paper black, but I chose to just use the gray. I think it still gives the shadow effect. So I cut out a strip of paper, I folded it in half, and then on the folded side, I drew the pattern on that I wanted and then cut it out. I made a bunch and then I used some poster putty to hang them on the wall. Next, I'm going to use some air dry clay to make little pumpkin Halloween baskets. I took out some clay and rolled it into a ball. And then I used my finger to kind of press down in the middle and shape it into a little pumpkin basket size. I took a piece of thread and I laid the little pumpkins on their side and I just kind of made little indentions to make it look more like a pumpkin. Once they were dry, I used this orange paint to paint them. These did take about 3 coats to get them covered, and they're still not perfect, but I got tired of painting them, so. While they were drying, I took this little skull and some of the air dry foam clay and I molded the clay around the skull. I'm trying to make a pumpkin without using a whole lot of the clay. Once I got it in the shape I liked, I used the tip of the paintbrush to make a little indentation on top. And then I used this toothpick to make the little grooves in the pumpkin. I started molding the face shape. I've been seeing quite a few ugly pumpkins. That's what I call them. I'm not sure what they're really called, but they've got like weird human-like faces. I started making 2 holes for the eyes, and then I took some additional clay and formed a little nose and some lips. I had to bring in more tools. I started trying to almost form the face, some cheekbones. Used a toothpick to add wrinkles and eyebrows. I rolled out another piece of clay for the top of the pumpkin. I forget what it's called. While everything was drying, I went on decorating the foyer. I brought in the 3 Hocus Pocus capes that I made last year. I had this idea for a little pumpkin. I cut a circle of fabric, and then with a needle and thread, I went around the outside of the circle, but I did it in really loose stitches. And then once I completed the circle, I pulled on the thread, and it makes almost like a little basket shape. I then used some stuffing to stuff the pumpkin. And then pulled the thread as tight as I could get it and secured it. Before I added the stem, I went from the top down through the pumpkin with the needle and thread, and then I would come back up and pull it really tight and then go back through the middle to create the little sections of the pumpkin. And then I used a little air dry foam clay to make the stem of the pumpkin. I gave the pumpkins another coat of paint. Here's how our little ugly pumpkin is looking after it dried. I gave him a coat of paint. I used the orange paint and just added a little brown. I cut some strips of black paper to make a handle for the little pumpkins and glued them on. And then I just used a Sharpie to do the faces. It is a little shiny, but I'm okay with that. I was tired of dealing with them at this point. You can see I was painting the face a lighter color. At this point I thought I wanted the face to look like it had been carved out of the pumpkin, but I didn't end up liking it, so I do later go back and paint over the face. Once it was dry, I went back and I added some watered down brown paint in all of the crevices to bring out the details. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up below and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you back here soon.